never sleeps at this hour. Neon signs are bleeding into rain. I'm watching headlights blur in the window and thinking how I'll find you once again. Your perfume's still alive in the taxi. The radio is playing something slow. Every stoplight holds me just a moment before I have to let you go. Maybe tonight was never meant to last, but darling, I'm not ready for the past. Neon tonight, you're somewhere in the city lights, somewhere in the lights. Neon tonight, I'm chasing every signal, every sign, every sign. Neon tonight, the streets remember everything we said. Neon tonight, I'll find you in the glow before the daylight comes instead. I take the long way past your building just to see if your light is on. The city wraps around me like a secret and keeps me warm until the night is gone. A saxophone from somewhere in the alley plays the melody we always loved. Every corner shows me your reflection in the windows and the stars above. Maybe tonight was never meant to be, but something in the city disagrees. Neon tonight, you're somewhere in the city lights, somewhere in the lights. Neon tonight, I'm chasing every signal, every sign, every sign. Neon tonight, the streets remember everything we said. Neon tonight, I'll find you in the glow before the daylight most beautiful thing I've ever heard. Glass and steel and quiet breathing, the hum of something we both know. Neither one of us is speaking, but darling, we don't need to. The air between us shifts and thins, like gravity forgot its name. Every floor erases distance, every second fans the flame. Glass elevator rising, just you and me and all this light, all this light. Glass elevator climbing, the city falling soft below tonight, so far below. Let the skyline blur to golden dust, let the night do what it will, what it will. Glass elevator rising, and I think I'm falling still, falling still. Your reflection in the window looks like something I've been dreaming of. The city turns to ember underneath us. This is how it feels to almost touch. One more floor and I'll remember every detail, every breath. The way you smiled at nothing, like you knew what would come next. The pressure builds like held backward, we're somewhere past the point of turning back. The sealed off world between the floors is the only universe I lack. Glass elevator rising, just you and me and all this light, all this light. Glass elevator climbing, the city falling soft below tonight, paperback I haven't opened once since you walked by and stopped the world mid-pass. Stations blur like watercolor cities. Your stop is 3 ahead of mine. I'm counting down the seconds and the platforms, pretending that I'm reading every sign. The doors will open close again and carry us to separate skies. But for this one suspended afternoon, I'll memorize your eyes. Summer transit, taking us somewhere we've never been. Summer transit, the longest ride I've ever known. Every curve of track between us, every tunnel, every light. Summer transit, don't let this train arrive tonight. You caught me looking somewhere southbound and smiled the way that summer always does. I found a crease inside my paperback and couldn't tell you what the story was. The fan above us turns in lazy circles. The ice in someone's cup begins to melt, and everything is moving, except the way I feel. The doors will open close again and scatter us like seeds on wind. Before this one golden afternoon, I'd ride this line again. Summer transit, taking us somewhere we've never been. Summer transit, the longest ride I've ever known. Every curve of track between us, every tunnel, every light. Summer transit, don't let this train arrive tonight. Last stop coming into view now. Passengers are gathering their things. You're folding up a map of somewhere, and I'm folding up this feeling. What if I just stayed on past my station, followed summer all the way to you? The train knows every secret of this city, but it doesn't know what I'm about to do. Summer transit, taking us somewhere we've never been. Summer transit, the longest ride I've ever known. Every curve of track between us, every tunnel, every light. Summer transit, stay a little longer. Don't let this train arrive tonight. Summer transit, don't arrive. Somebody turned the rooftop into paradise. String lights and stolen glances, city on ice. I came here for the view but found you instead, standing at the edge with something left unsaid. You were laughing at a joke I didn't hear, but something pulled me closer, something clear. The skyline does this trick at 9:30, where everything looks golden, even time. Pour another glass and tell me, is this real or just the altitude? Because up here, everything you say to me sounds like something I've been waiting for. Champagne clouds, champagne clouds. We're floating somewhere nobody knows. Nobody knows. Champagne clouds, champagne clouds. The city down below has lost its hold. Lost its hold. Every bubble rising, every star arriving. Everything is ours tonight. Champagne clouds, champagne clouds. We're already gone, we're already high. I've been to every rooftop in this town, but none of them are worth the coming down. Until tonight, until this glass, until you. Until you change the way the city moves. One more hour, let the night decide what's ours. One more hour, the neon down below can wait. Pour another glass and tell me, is this real or just the altitude? Just the altitude. Because up here, everything you say to me sounds like something worth holding on to. Champagne clouds, champagne clouds. We're floating somewhere nobody knows. Nobody knows. Champagne clouds, champagne clouds. The city down below has lost its hold. Lost its hold. Every bubble rising, every star arriving. Everything is ours tonight. Champagne clouds, champagne clouds. We're already gone, we're already high. What if we never came back down? Never came back down. What if this was where we stayed? Above it all. Just you and I, and open air, and champagne in the open sky. Champagne clouds, champagne clouds. We're floating somewhere nobody knows. Nobody knows, nobody knows. Champagne clouds. The city down below has lost. So far below, let it go. Every bubble rising, every star arriving. Everything is ours tonight. Champagne clouds, don't come down. We're already gone, we're already high. Champagne clouds. Champagne clouds. Already high. Already pick up for me. I memorized your number on a Tuesday, wrote it on the inside of my wrist. Called 3 times and hung up before ringing. The 4th time was a call I can't dismiss. You picked up on the 2nd ring exactly, and said my name before I said a word. I asked you how you knew, and you just laughed and said, your silence has a sound I've always heard. Now every time I pass a payphone on the street, I think about the way your voice can make me forget my own address, forget the time, forget that I was ever good at goodbyes. Telephone girl, waiting by the phone for you to call. Call me. Ring, 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 ring. Are you there? Telephone girl, caught me by surprise and caught me off. falling for the sound of you. We talked until the city went to sleeping. You told me about Paris in the spring. I told you about nothing in particular, and somehow that became our everything. My phone bill reads like a love letter. The operator knows me by my voice. I call you from the bottom of the ocean. If the ocean gave me any kind of choice. Now every time I hear a dial tone start, I get that same electric kick inside my heart. Forget my cool, forget the careful lines I planned. Forget I ever thought that I could understand. Telephone girl, waiting by the phone for you to call. Call me. Ring, 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 ring. Are you there? Telephone girl, caught me by surprise and caught me all. Every ring a little closer, every dial a little warmer. Telephone girl, I think I'm falling for the sound of you. You don't even know you do it. Just a laugh, just a pause, just a breath, and I'm gone, completely gone. Pick up. Pick up, pick up. Pick up, pick up. Telephone girl, waiting by the phone for you to call. Call me, ring, 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 ring. I'm still here. Telephone girl, caught me by surprise and caught me all. Every ring a little closer, every dial a little warmer. Telephone girl, I think I'm falling for the sound of you. Telephone girl, pick up for me. Telephone girl, pick up for me.
I left my umbrella at your place 3 weeks ago, maybe 4. I keep forgetting to come get it. Keep finding reasons to ignore. The rain tonight is doing something that rain has always done to me. It finds the cracks in all my armor and lets you back in quietly. I don't call, I don't drive over, I just watch the neon bleed into puddles on the pavement, spelling out the things I need. City rain, washing everything but you away. City rain, you're the only thing that chose to stay. Every drop against the pavement sounds like something that I meant to say. City rain, I think I needed you today. The bar on life is full of strangers, each one drier than the last. I ordered something warm and amber and thought about our recent past. You always said that rain was honest, that it fell without a reason why. Tonight I think I understand you better than I did when you were mine. I don't text, I don't reach over, I just let the humidity settle. Let the city lights keep blurring while I lose my careful mettle. City rain, washing everything but you away, but you away. City rain, you're the only thing that chose to stay, chose to stay. Every drop against the pavement sounds like something that I meant to say. City rain, I think I needed you today. Maybe you're somewhere watching this same sky. Maybe you've got someone warm and dry. Maybe you forgot the way I looked, standing in the rain without a reason. Or maybe, just maybe, you left your heart somewhere around the same time I left mine. City rain, washing everything but you away, but you away, but you. City rain, you're the only thing that chose to stay, chose to stay, chose to stay. Always stay. Every drop against the pavement sounds like something that I meant to say. City rain, I think I needed you today. City rain, chose to stay.
We thought the future would be cleaner, chrome and glass and open skies, rocket trains and silver cities, everything we dreamed of digitized. I still have the magazine you showed me, folded at the page of what we'd be. A world of plastic and of promise that look so much better than the real thing. Now all those pictures seem like someone else's dream, printed on a page that time has yellowed. And I'm standing in the future, watching pixels fade to gray. Plastic dreams, shiny on the outside, hollow in the seams, hollow in the seams. Plastic dreams, everything we wanted, nothing that it seems, nothing that it seems. But I go back to that magazine, that folded, faded, beautiful machine. Plastic dreams, they were ours and they were everything. The neon still looks good from distance, the skyline still just a state of mind, a photograph of someone else's grace that we were always reaching for behind. But darling, even plastic has a shine, and even hollow things can feel divine.
The last customer left around midnight. The bartender's counting the chairs. I ordered another slow bourbon and stayed because nobody cares. The pianist knows all my habits, plays softer when I close my eyes. And in the space between the measures, I keep finding your goodbyes. These velvet hours between midnight and morning are the only ones that tell me true. Every song this room has ever swallowed has been about someone like you. Velvet hours, hanging in the smoke and amber light. Velvet hours, the only time I feel almost alright. Almost alright. Every note the trumpet's crying, every chord the Rhodes is trying. Velvet hours, they know how to hold me through the night. The saxophone comes in around one, like it's been waiting in the rain. It says the things I haven't managed in a language without any shame. I've been here on better evenings with your coat across this very chair. Now it's just me and the music and the ghost of your perfume in the air. These velvet hours between midnight and morning are the only witness to my truth. Every melody this room remembers has been rehearsing just for you. Velvet hours, hanging in the smoke and amber light. Velvet hours, the only time I feel almost alright. Almost alright. Every note the trumpet's crying, every chord the Rhodes is trying. Velvet hours, they know how to hold me through the night. At closing time the lights come halfway up, and the dust on every bottle catches gold. I leave the same tip, button up the same coat, and stand a moment in the cold. Because out there it's just a city. In here It was almost something more. Velvet hours, hanging in the smoke and amber light. Amber light, velvet hours, the only time I feel almost alright. Almost alright, almost. Every note the trumpet's crying, every chord the rose is trying. Velvet hours, they know how to hold me through the night. Velvet hours, through the night.
Platform 3 is almost empty now. The last train boards in 7 minutes flat. I've been standing here since 11:30, watching strangers who knew where they were at. Your scarf is still around my shoulders. You said keep it for the cold tonight, and I keep thinking I should give it back to you. But the train is here and so is the light. 7 minutes was a lifetime. 7 minutes wasn't anywhere near enough. And now the conductor's looking at me gently, like he knows exactly what I'm giving up. Last train home, last train home, carrying me somewhere without you, without you. Last train home, every mile a little harder to get through, get through. The city lights are blurring in the window, and your face is all I see. Last train home, taking everything but you away from me. I found your number written in my pocket, in your handwriting, not mine. I don't remember when you put it there, but I remember every other sign. The heater in this car is running softly, the seat beside me holding only air. And somewhere back on platform 3 you're standing, with your hands inside your hair. One more station then another, every stop erasing what we said. And I'm counting all the reasons I should call you, from the darkness going past outside my head. Last train home, carrying me somewhere without you, without you. Last train home, every mile a little harder to get through, get through. The city lights are blurring in the window, and your face is all I see. Last train home, taking everything but you away from me. Maybe I'll get off at the next stop, walk back through the rain to where you are. Maybe 7 minutes on a platform was the beginning, not the end. So far. Turn around, go back, one more chance. But the doors have closed, and the city's moving past. is your scarf, and this feeling built to last. Last train home, carrying me somewhere without you, without you. Last train home, every mile a little harder to get through, so hard to get through, darling. The city lights are blurring in the window, and your face is all I see. Last train home, taking everything but you away from me. Last train home, away from me. Last train home. The harbor lights are counting down the minutes before the tide decides to pull you through. I brought you flowers that I couldn't finish and left them on the railing facing you. The water doesn't care about our stories, it only knows the way the current goes. And every ship that's ever left this harbor has carried someone's heart below the bows. I memorized the way you stood this morning, the light behind you doing what light does. I opened my mouth into the harbor fog and let it take the words I couldn't give. Harbor lights, watching you sail into the dark, into the dark. Harbor lights, keeping watch while you carry my heart, carry my heart. Every beacon turning slowly, every wave that answers only. Harbor lights, stay on until you find your way back home. You said the sea was just geography, that distance was a thing that time could cure. I wrote it in the margins of my journal, in the careful handwriting of the unsure. The gangway lifted somewhere in the middle of a sentence I was planning to complete, and the space between the dock and where you're standing became the longest distance I would meet. I memorized the number of the vessel, the cold of every railing, every chain. I opened my mouth into the harbor fog and breathed in all the salt instead of pain. Harbor lights, watching you sail into the dark, into the dark. Harbor lights, keeping watch while you carry my heart, carry my heart. Every beacon turning slowly, every wave that answers only. Harbor lights, stay on until you find your way back home. The harbor empties out by 7:30. The vendors pack their carts and close their stalls, and I'm the last one standing on the jetty with your flowers and the echo of the gulls. Because somewhere past the lighthouse you are sailing into weather I can't see or know or name. And all these harbor lights that I've been counting are only good for bringing people back again. Come back again, find your way home. Harbor lights, watching you sail into the dark, into the dark, into the walking through my ordinary gray, and then you came in like a gradient that turned my whole palette into May. You didn't ask for my attention, you just existed in my peripheral view. And slowly every shade I thought I knew started learning how to look like you. It doesn't happen all at once, this kind of thing takes time to show. Like light that changes through an afternoon. You don't see it moving, but you know. Gradient love, shifting slowly into something new. Something new. Gradient love, every shade of me bleeding into you. Into you. From the gray I started in, to the gold I'm standing in. Gradient love, I didn't see it coming, but I do now. I do now. Yeah, you make your coffee standing sideways, reading something on your phone at 8. And I pretend I'm not watching. The way you smile is something small and great. There's a playlist that you sent me that I've listened to 100 times alone. And every song is one more color added to the gradient I'm learning to call home. It doesn't happen in a moment, this kind of warmth takes room to grow. Like a sunrise that begins before you see it, you only know what's happened by the glow. Gradient love, shifting slowly into something new. Something new. Gradient love, every shade of me bleeding into you. Into you. From the gray I started in, to the gold I'm standing in. Gradient love, I didn't see it coming, but I do now. I do now. I used to think that love arrived like weather, sudden, loud and cold. But you arrived like color theory, patient, layered and bold. Every shade, every shift, every soft transition into you, into something I've been waiting for, without knowing what to call it. Until now. Gradient love, shifting slowly into something new. Something beautiful. Gradient love, every shade of me bleeding into you. Into you. Only you. From the gray I started in, to the gold I'm standing. Gradient love, I didn't see it coming, but I do now. I do now. I do now. I do now. I sent you something at 11:40, a voice note that I almost didn't send. You left it undelivered without opening, and that's the part I can't quite comprehend. I know you're awake because your light is on. I can see it from the corner of my street, but there's a signal lost between your window and the sidewalk where I'm standing in the sleet. I saw the notification come through clearly, set my phone face down and stared at the ceiling. It's not that I don't wanna hear your voice, it's that I want it too much for my own good. I keep rehearsing what I'd say if you called, but every version something in the middle keeps us out. I hear you through the static, but I can't make out what you're about. Signal lost, signal lost. I can see you, but I can't reach through. Signal, signal lost. Every message ending up misconstrued. All the bars, but none of the words. All the nerve, but none of the nerve. Signal lost. Why does loving you feel like a bad connection? You're the clearest thing I've ever tried to read, and the hardest thing to understand. I've got every text we've ever written memorized like scripture in my hand. I deleted 3 drafts before this one, 3 drafts, each one more honest than the last. And the one I finally sent you was the version edited for safety, not for truth. We're tuned into each other perfectly, but something in the signal keeps us there. Right at the edge of something neither one of us can quite repair. Signal lost, signal lost. I can see you, but I can't reach through. Signal, signal lost. Every message ending up misconstrued. All the bars, but none of the words. All the nerve, but none of the nerve. Signal lost. Why does loving you feel like a bad connection? What if we just said the things? Like if we just let it rain, no more editing for safety, no more signal in between. What if the connection that we're missing is the one we've both been too afraid to make? Too afraid. Say it now. Signal lost. Signal lost. I can see you, but I can't reach through. Signal lost. Every message ending up misconstrued. Only you. All the bars, but none of the words. All the nerve, but none of the nerve. Signal lost. Why does loving you feel like a bad connection? Signal lost. Still trying. Can you hear me now? Everything moves faster in this city. The crosswalks count me down before I'm done. I've been living at the speed of everyone around me, and somewhere in that speed I came undone. The storefronts blur to streaks of neon color. The faces blur to weather, not to names. I know the train I need without the number, and still I feel like every day's the same. city, but I don't know where I am. I bought a coffee from the same corner, the one who knows my order, not my name. And somehow that's the closest thing to comfort in a city that keeps playing the same game. My apartment holds the shape of lonely, the way a room can know you've been alone. And every window I look out of shows me just how long it takes to feel at home. A million songs from every passing window, a million lives conducted without me. And I keep sinking with the rhythm of the city, but the city doesn't sync with who I need to be. Tokyo blur, Tokyo blur. Everything is bright, but nothing's clear, nothing's clear. Tokyo blur, Tokyo blur. A million people and I'm not quite here, not quite here. Every street I've walked 100 times, every corner blurring into signs. Tokyo blur. I know the city, but I don't know where I am. There's a moment just before the lights change, when the whole intersection holds its breath. And in that half a second I remember what it felt like to be somewhere instead. Somewhere instead. Not just passing through, something still. But then the light turns green and everything accelerates again. And I'm running with the city like I always have been. Tokyo blur, Tokyo, Tokyo blur. Everything is bright, but nothing's clear, nothing's clear. Tokyo blur, Tokyo, Tokyo blur. A million people and I'm not quite here, not quite here. Every street I've walked 100 times, every corner blurring into signs. Tokyo blur, Tokyo blur. I know this city, but I don't know where I am. Tokyo blur, where I am. I stopped explaining where I'm going, somewhere around the second time you asked. I packed my frequency and left the atmosphere, and didn't look below me once I passed. They say that satellites are lonely, spinning circles nobody can see. But I have never felt more like myself than orbiting at this velocity. I used to think that I needed gravity to keep me from flying too far out. But darling, weightlessness is not a warning, it's what freedom feels like, without doubt. Satellite girl, this high. Up here the noise below is just a frequency. I choose to tune in or to let it go. And every face that said I was too much for them was just a station I outgrew below. Let it go. Keep standing higher. I am signal, I am orbit, I am everything they said was too much to hold. Watch me go. Satellite girl, spinning in my own beautiful orbit. Beautiful orbit, my orbit. Satellite girl. Nobody can dim what I've become. Every revolution, every rotation, everything I am is calibrated right. Satellite girl, was always meant to lift this high. Satellite girl, this high. Satellite this
I've been here since 6 with my second cup. The window seat nobody else has claimed. I told myself I wasn't waiting for you, but I've been watching every time the door got framed. The barista switched the music somewhere after 8, from something fast to something that makes sense. And now the whole room has that underwater feeling, where even waiting feels a little less intense. I don't know if you're coming, I don't know if you meant the things you said, but this corner and this coffee feel like somewhere I could rest my head. Midnight cafe, midnight cafe, still here with my cold cup in the rain. Cold cup in the rain. Midnight cafe, midnight cafe, saving you a seat in case you came. In case you came. Every stranger through that door gets a second look and nothing more. Midnight cafe, I think I'm good at waiting now because of you. The couple by the counter called it early, packed up all their quiet and went home. And now it's me and 3 remaining strangers, each one doing something good alone. A woman writing something long and urgent, a man who keeps on reading the same page, and me with my rehearsed casual expression, performing someone who's not checking their phone. I don't know if you're sorry, I don't know if sorry's even right, but this cafe in this corner feel like somewhere worth one more night. Midnight cafe, midnight cafe, still here with my cold cup in the rain. Cold cup in the rain. Midnight cafe, midnight cafe, saving you a seat in case you came. In case you came. Every stranger through that door gets a second look and nothing more. Midnight cafe, I think I'm good at waiting now because of you. it becomes the thing itself, not the pause before the story, but the whole quiet chapter. And maybe you're not coming, maybe you were never going to, but something about this corner, this cup, this rain, this room feels like the best version of alone I've ever known. The best version of alone. Midnight cafe, midnight cafe, still here with my cold cup in the rain, cold cup in the rain, still here. Midnight cafe, saving you a seat in case you came, just in case. Every stranger through that door gets a second look and nothing more. Midnight cafe, I think I'm good at waiting now because of you. Because of you. Because of you.
I've been keeping it together for so long that I forgot what falling apart even looks like. I iron my shirts and answer all my messages and smile at the right moments in the right light. But something in the plumbing of my chest has been running at capacity for weeks, and I keep adding water to the reservoir and acting like it never leaks. I don't know the moment that it started, I just know I woke up changed one day, like a cup that filled while I was sleeping, and every single thing gave way. Overflow, overflow, everything I held is coming through, coming through. Overflow, overflow, all the things I saved are overdue, overdue. Every feeling I filed away for later, every word I swallowed just to function. Overflow, I think I needed this more than I knew. I called my mother for no reason on a Tuesday. She talked about the garden for an hour, and I just let her voice fill up the apartment while I sat down on the kitchen floor. Because sometimes you don't need a conversation, you just need a sound that means you're not alone. And the roses and the weather and the neighbors were the kindest thing I'd heard since coming home. I don't know the name of what I'm feeling, I just know it's been there all along. Like a song I knew the melody of always, but never had the words to sing along. Overflow, overflow, everything I held is coming through, coming through. Oh, overflow, overflow, all the things I saved are overdue, overdue. Every feeling I filed away for later, every word I swallowed just to function. Overflow, I think I needed this more than I knew. It's not sadness, not exactly. It's not grief, it's something softer, like the letting go of something you've been carrying since before you knew. It's a weight. Let it go, let it come, let it overflow. Let it go, let it come, let it overflow. Let it go, let it come, let it overflow. Maybe this is what it means to heal, not the fixing but the feeling, not the walls but all the water finally finding language. Just the evening and the crowd, and this somehow. Every building shrinking in my rearview, every email fading into air. The playlist hits and something in my shoulders remembers how to not be anywhere. Rush hour, but I'm not rushing anywhere tonight. Anywhere tonight. Rush hour, this is actually my favorite kind of life. Everybody moving in the same direction, but I'm dancing in my lane. Rush hour, finally got the whole city to myself again. I bought a mango from the corner vendor, the one who always gets my order wrong, and ate it walking down the center median, humming something I don't know the name of along. The after-work crowd has this beautiful energy, like everyone just got away with something good. And I'm part of the escape velocity of 10,000 people finally understood. Every deadline softened into distance, every fluorescent light replaced by gold. The streets are full of people going somewhere, and for once I'm happy just to be enrolled. Rush hour, but I'm not rushing anywhere tonight. Anywhere tonight. Rush hour, this is actually my favorite kind of life. Everybody moving in the same direction, but I'm dancing in my lane. Rush hour, finally got the whole city to myself again. This is the hour the city remembers, what it was built for all along. Not the commerce and the calendar and the meetings, but the living and the moving and the song. Keep moving, don't stop. This is yours. Take a long way, take a scenic route, take every green light like it's meant for you. Tonight the rush hour belongs to no one else but you. Rush hour, but I'm not rushing anywhere tonight. Anywhere tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight. Rush hour, this is actually my favorite kind of life. Everybody moving in the same direction, but I'm dancing in my lane. Rush hour, finally got the whole city to myself again. All to myself. The city hasn't woken up yet. It's that lavender hour before the blue, when everything is soft around the edges and the night hasn't finished saying its adieu. I left the window open while I was sleeping, and something cool came in and rearranged the way I'd been thinking about everything, and nothing this morning feels the same. There's a version of the you in. It's lavender and quiet, like it always knew you'd come this far. Lavender sky, lavender sky, somewhere between the dark and the day, dark and the day. Lavender sky, the most beautiful light before it fades away, fades away. Everything is soft and still becoming. Everything is almost not yet. Lavender sky, this is the hour I never wanna forget. I made my tea without the usual rushing, and drank it standing at the windowsill, and watched the color change from gray to purple, and purple slowly learning how to fill. A pigeon on the ledge across the alley just stood there like it also felt the weight of something rare and brief and worth the standing before it all became the regular day. There's a version of yourself at this hour that hasn't yet put on the armor yet, still soft and undefended and just breathing, still carrying the things you tend to forget. Lavender sky, somewhere between the dark and the day, dark and the day. Lavender sky, the most beautiful light before it fades away, fades away. Everything is soft and still becoming. Everything is almost and not yet. Lavender sky, this is the hour I never wanna forget. I used to sleep straight through this hour, never knew it existed, never knew that every single morning without asking, the sky was doing this for me and you, just for you. Every morning before the world began. And if you've never seen it, set your alarm for just before the dawn, and stand somewhere with sky above you, and let the lavender convince you you belong. Lavender sky, somewhere between the dark and the day, dark and the day. Just for us, lavender sky, the most beautiful light before it fades away, fades away. Everything is soft and still becoming. Everything is almost and not yet. Lavender sky, this is the hour I never wanna forget. Lavender sky, never forget. Never forget. We've been talking since the restaurant closed, walking past the block we meant to leave. And I keep almost saying something true, but finding easier things to believe. You stopped to tie your shoe on Clement Street, and I looked up and all the stars were out, and standing there I knew the thing I'd carried was finally bigger than my doubt. I've rehearsed this in 100 different versions, by the window, in the shower, on the train, but every practiced word dissolves completely the moment you look up at me again. Starline, starline, every constellation holding still for this. Holding still. Starline, starline, the whole sky leaning in to not be missed. Not be missed. I've been meaning to tell you something since before I knew the words were mine. Starline, I think I've loved you for a very long time. You laughed at something that I said last Tuesday, the kind that reaches all the way to your eyes, and I stored it in the careful place I keep things that I know I'll need in darker times. We split the check the way we always do, and argued over who owes what to whom, and all of that felt like the most important and the most ordinary thing I knew. I've been circling this feeling like an orbit, close enough to feel the gravity, but always finding reasons to keep moving instead of letting you discover me. Starline, starline, every constellation holding still for this. Holding still. Starline, starline, the whole sky leaning in to not be missed. Not be missed. I've been meaning to tell you something since before I knew the words were mine. Starline, I think I've loved you for a very long time. Stars don't rush their light to reach us. It travels years before we see it shine. And maybe that's what this has been between us, the long slow journey of a feeling finding time. Finding time. Finding you. Finding one. And now we're standing under all this starlight, and I have nothing left to hide behind. So here it is, unedited, unfinished, the truest thing I've said in all my life. Starline, starline, every constellation holding still for this. Holding still. Holding still. Starline, starline, the whole sky leaning in to not be missed. Not be missed. Not tonight. I've been meaning to tell you something since before I knew the words were mine. Starline, I think I've loved you for a very long time. Starline, 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 I think I've loved you for a very long time. Starline, a very long time. I've been thinking about the way things end, and how an ending is just orbit in disguise. The same 2 points returning to each other through a different kind of sky. We've been every city on this record, every platform, every window, every rain, every rooftop and every late departure, and we always find our way back to the same. I don't believe in accidents of time. I believe in forces we can't name that pull two people back through all the seasons until they're standing in the same place again. Until we orbit, until we orbit. Everything between us is just space, just space, just space. Until we orbit, until we orbit. Every distance is a temporary place, temporary place. We've been circling since the beginning. Every city was a point along the line until we orbit, and I find you on the other side of time. I heard a song in a cafe in a city when nobody knew my name or yours, and I sat there for an hour with my coffee, feeling everything I'd felt before. Because some songs are just coordinates that mark the place two people used to be. And every time I hear it, I go back there to the version of us that was learning how to see. I don't believe in endings without echoes. I believe in love that finds its form, that bends around the years and keeps returning, like light that orbits back to where it's warm. Until we orbit, until we orbit. Everything between us is just space, just space, just space. Until we orbit, until we orbit. Every distance is a temporary place, temporary place. We've been circling since the beginning. Every city was a point along the line until we orbit, and I find you on the other side of time. Every neon sign, every last train, every harbor light, every lavender sky, every signal lost, every overflow. This is not an ending. This is the moment when the orbit closes and you're standing at my door again. We've been every city on this record, every feeling, every season, every song, and every note was just the universe reminding us where we side of time.